Like to talk a little football every hour if we can. So, David, what do you got for us? College.
That's right. It is college football. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some of the best games or the notable games of the year. This is via Circa Sports. So we have lines for the games of the year. So we'll go through them. I'm going to give you the matchup. You tell me who you think the favorite will be and what the line is.
Because we're, I think, like 75 days.
Something like that.
Or unless it's week 0, which is the dumbest thing.
Doesn't
it's really week
count.
1.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's strange. So, let's start with a week 2 matchup between Texas and Michigan. Who's the favorite and by how many?
Texas and Michigan here in Ann Arbor.
Yes.
Noon kickoff, big noon. So Joel and Gus will be there clad in their maize and blue. Stoney, I'll let you go first.
I believe there's so much love for Texas. And at this point, without seeing who the quarterback is at Michigan in their first game against Fresno State, I'm going to say right now, I got to say Texas has got to be the road favorite at minus I don't know, 2.5, something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking Texas, probably that number. I would say probably Texas, maybe 4. But yeah, Texas will be favored, but not by double digits because it's the big house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are closer, Rico. Texas favored by 5.
Okay.
So let's go to the next game. We got 15 to go through. Let's try to get through all of these, guys.
Okay.
All right, deep thoughts. Go ahead.
Michigan,
Georgia,
USC. Michigan, USC, week 4.
Oh, Michigan. I'm going to say Michigan by 6. Michigan favored by 6.
I'm going to say Michigan by 8.5.
You are closer, Stoney. Michigan by 9.
Yeah.
Let's go to Georgia at Bama, week 5.
Ooh. I'm going to say at Bama.
At Bama.
Georgia, 1.5. Georgia favored by 1.5.
When is that game? When in the season is that? Is that early?
That's week 5.
Week 5.
So you're looking probably
So
October.
Alabama, Milrow will have some more time. Carson.
I think that's first week of October, I believe.
I believe so,
I'm going to say Georgia by, what did you say it was?
I said 1.5.
Georgia by 3.
You are closer, Stoney. Is Georgia by
Jeez.
5.
Whoa.
You surprised by that one?
Yeah.
Kenny's not. He's 5.
No, Kenny's surprised.
No,
by
I
this
thought
spread.
I would have guessed a push. I would have guessed even. I wouldn't have guessed.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm a realist, Rico.
Georgia over Mini Dicker. How about that?
Let's go to week 7. We have 3 week 7 matchups. Let's start with Ohio State at Oregon.
Ohio State at Oregon.
Wow.
Oregon favored by 2.5.
I think Ohio State's going to be great this year. God, I hate saying that. I'm going to say Ohio State by 1.5.
You are on the money. It is Ohio State by 1.
Really?
Yes. Next week 7 matchup, LSU and Ole Miss.
I'm going to go first, Stoney, because I keep getting them wrong. So LSU at Ole Miss. Look, the Ole Miss lover is in Boston right now. I think Ole Miss is a fraud. So I'm going to go LSU -1.
LSU -3.
You on again. LSU -3.
I quit.
We were close.
You were close, though. You weren't
We
far.
had the right team. That's
You
all
weren't
that
far.
counts.
So that's the last week 7 matchup, Texas and OU. Remember, this is a neutral site. Texas, OU.
Week 7?
Week 7.
So they're doing the Cotton Bowl in week 7.
Yes.
Oh, I think the Longhorns the game will always be close, but Texas by 4.5.
The game's a lot closer than it normally should be every year. So I'm going to say Texas -2.
Stoney, you are closer.
Of course he is.
But you all are both way off. It is Texas by 8.
Wow. Really?
Yes. So let's move to week 8. Georgia.
I'm taking Oklahoma in that game. If
Okay.
that's the case, because they always make it close.
It is a close game. You're right. I'm going to get Kenny on this one. Week 8, Georgia at Texas.
Wow. Well, they had Georgia as the favorites against Alabama, correct?
Yes.
So I'll say Georgia by 2.5.
I think Texas is going to be better than Alabama this year, so I'll say Texas by 1.5.
I'm going to join the Stoney bandwagon. I'm going to go Texas 3, -3.
So Kenny is closer. Georgia by 2. So he added the hook. But yes, Georgia by 2. So let's go to week 9.
Maybe I'll get one of these.
Florida State. Yeah, which guess the next
Kenny
one.
just jumped in. Georgia, yeah.
Florida State at Miami.
Wow.
Florida State at Miami. Florida State -5.
Miami's home. I'm going to say
They still stink.
I'm going to say Florida State -1.5.
Florida State -2. All right, you'll get this one, Rico. You'll get this one.
That's just
Oregon at Michigan, week 10.
Oregon at Michigan, week 10. The Ducks favored. Ducks favored by 6.
He's got the right team. Spread a little high. I'd say Oregon favored by 3.5.
Stoney's right. It's the Ducks favored by 4.
Oregon by 4.
Of course, this means absolutely nothing because if I actually bet it, it would be completely wrong.
All right, come on, man. All right. Week 10, Ohio State at Penn State.
Ohio State by 100. No.
At this point, right?
Right. Ohio State at Penn State. I'm going to go Ohio State's going to be favored by 8.
It's a whiteout, so let's go. I think it's a whiteout. Let's go Ohio State favored by 4.5.
Ohio State by 5.
I just quit.
This is unbelievable.
All right, let's go through the next 3 here. We got 5 left. Let's go through the next 3 fast so we can get through all of these.
So I can miss all 3.
Notre Dame at Florida State.
Notre Dame at Florida State. Ooh.
Who's quarterback in Notre Dame? The
The
kid from Duke?
Yes. Kid from Duke. I'm going to go with Florida State by 1.
I don't think people love Florida State.
That's why I said just by 1.
I'm going to say Notre Dame by 1.5.
Notre Dame by 3.
Of course.
LSU at Bama.
LSU at Bama. Bama by 2.5.
Bama by 4.5.
LSU by 1.
Wow. We both lost that one.
Mm-hmm.
At least give me that. I was closer.
You were closer.
You are.
I'm desperate right now.
You were closer. Bama at OU.
Bama at OU. Bama.
DeBoer versus Venables.
Bama by 4.5.
Bama by 3.
Bama by 2. Final 2. Texas at A&M.
Texas by 3.5.
Texas by 6.5. I can't stand A&M.
Texas by 5. I'm giving that to you, Rico.
No, give it to
You
Stoney.
were under. You were under. He went over.
Over.
Last one.
getting
Ohio
charity now.
State.
Sarah McLaughlin music.
Ohio State, Michigan.
Ohio State, Michigan.
It's in Columbus. Ohio State by 6.5.
Buckeyes 3.5.
Ohio State by 10.
Wow. I just quit.
Double digits right now? I guess no quarterback in Michigan.
Right, we don't know.
You don't know.
We don't know. Well, we're not sure how good the quarterback at Ohio State is either. I mean,
Very
he's
true.
got some credentials.
Very true.
Well, they got too many. Both schools got too many quarterbacks.
Right.
So I don't know who's going to
You know
start.
what they say. You have too many, you
I
don't have a
don't
good
think
one.
I've ever done this poorly in anything.
And
Ever.
you're so good at numbers, the odds.
Because you know what? Because no one knows who's starting. No one knows
Very true.
anything
Of course,
right
it's
You're
now.
right.
absurd.
It is June.
But apparently Stoney does. I don't.
You
So
can give the lines for the NFL games too.
I
You
just,
be
you know
guessing.
what? That just doesn't make me feel. This makes me feel sad.
And that was Stoney's college football blitz.